Good morning, Year 3. I hope you're all okay and that you had a brilliant day yesterday. So today in your English lesson, you're going to be reading chapter 9, okay? So if you haven't read chapter 9 before watching this video, please stop the video and go back to read chapter 9, okay? Because I don't want to give any spoilers away from you. Okay, so this is just a task for you to do. You don't need to write anything down for this beginning task here. So where you're finding the verbs and then you're also seeing if Roald Dahl has used different words or could he have used more. Has he used lots of different words or has he used the same words? And could he use more words? Okay. So then you're going to go on to your first task. You're going to make a list of the alternative words for said and went that he could have used. Okay, so when you're reading through chapter 9, instead of said, I know Roald Dahl does like to use the word said quite a lot, okay? So instead of saying said, what other words could he have used? And instead of saying went, what other words could he have used? So today, this is how I want you to set your work out in your books, okay? So you've got said, went, and then all down here we're going to think of synonyms for those words. Now, I have got some word maths to help you. Okay, but please make sure you are reading the sentence and using the correct word. So for example, if they're whispering, you don't want to say that they are screeching out loud. Okay, or if they're arguing, you don't want to say that they chatted back. Okay, you've got lots of different words here for you to use, so please use those. So you've got said synonyms and you've also got synonyms for went as well. Okay. So for your first task, I'm not going to do that for you today because I know that you're all capable of doing that yourself. However, the second task is that you are going to imagine that the golden ticket was in the bar that Charlie bought. So unfortunately, the bar that Charlie's grandfather did buy didn't have a golden ticket in. However, today you're going to write a short conversation between Charlie and Grandpa Joe using inverted commas and alternative words for said to say about that there was a golden ticket in the chocolate bar. Okay, so inverted commas then. So you may have heard these different names of called speech marks or quotation marks, but we're going to use the correct terminology of inverted commas. Okay, now inverted commas go at the beginning and at the end of what is being spoken. All right, so I always remember it as the inverted commas are giving the words a big hug. Okay, so the words that are being spoken, the inverted commas are going around those like a big hug. Okay, so hopefully that will give you a little bit of a hint to remind you as well. Okay, so if we're doing new speaker, we need to make sure that we're going on to a new line. All right, so if somebody else is talking, so Henry's talking, for example, on this one, but then Ashton is talking. So instead of carrying on the same line, it needs to go on a new line. Okay, so start a new line whenever someone new speaks. Always start what is being spoken with a capital letter. Okay, that's really important to do. You need to make sure that you're adding commas either before what is being spoken or after what is being spoken. And also, if you're asking a question, you need to make sure that you are using question marks. If you're exclaiming something, you need to make sure that you are using exclamation marks. Okay, so making sure that your speech is correctly punctuated. Okay then, so we're going to carry on with the conversation. Well, I'm going to use some of what Roald Dahl has used, the beginning part of when they first had the Wonka bar, okay? So remembering that as our inverted commas go around what is being spoken and that we need to do a new speaker and a new line. Okay then, so I'm going to start off with, and a capital letter to start our speech off. Have you got it? Ending my speech because that's all that's being spoken. Whispered Grandpa Joe, his eyes shining with excitement. Now, Charlie is replying, so it's a new line. Yes, it's right here, Grandpa. Replied Charlie nervously. So as a challenge today, I want to see whether you can add some adverbs into your work. about how the people are speaking, okay? Good. Now, come over here and sit close to me and we'll open it together. Are you ready? Asking question. Asked Grandpa Joe. Yes, I'm ready, responded Charlie. Right, can you see every time I'm speaking, it's going on a new line, okay? All right, you tear off the first bit, Charlie insisted Grandpa Joe. So not once have I used said yet, okay? I'm using lots of different synonyms for said. No. You paid for it. You do it all. Exclaimed Charlie. Okay, my boy. Which end do you think I ought to open first? Questioned Grandpa Joe. I'm running out of space here. Okay, that corner there, but just tear off a tiny bit, continued Charlie. I'm just going to make this a bit smaller. Okay, continued Charlie. Now, new speaker, new line. Okay, Grandpa's going to reply to Charlie. What's Grandpa going to say? Grandpa's going to say, like that? Queried Grandpa Joe. Yes. Now a little bit more, added Charlie. You finish the rest, Charlie. I'm too nervous. I think I would be very nervous too if I knew that there could be a golden ticket underneath, mumbled Grandpa Joe. Very well then. Here goes, muttered Charlie. Oh my, Charlie, do you see what I see? Gasped Grandpa Joe. Yes, Grandpa. I can see it. I can see a bright, glistening golden ticket, screeched Charlie. Yippee, my boy. We've done it. We've found the very last golden ticket, yelled Grandpa Joe. Okay then, so now I know that looks quite a lot, and it is quite a lot. It's a big part of speech there, but you are getting used to using your inverted commas every single time you are writing your speech, okay? So just to go back, you need to start new speaker, new lines. Every time Grandpa Joe speaks and then Charlie speaks, new speaker, new line, okay? Keep your inverted commas around the beginning of what's being said. So this is what's being said here. So my inverted commas go around the outside of those. They're giving those words a big hug. Please make sure you are punctuating your speech as well, okay? So most speech ends with a comma or a question mark or an exclamation mark, okay? It's only at the very end, if you are finishing your speech, then you would put a full stop there, okay? You need to make sure that you've got your capital letters at the beginning of your speech. Every single one of these, my new speech, starts with a capital letter, okay? So you need to make sure that yours does as well, all right? And then finally, you need to make sure that you are punctuating, which we've just said as well, okay? Please make sure you're not using said all the time. Said is so boring. Use some of these words on here. Now, I haven't used said once on there and it still makes sense. It's much better than using said, and it's very high vocabulary to use. It's getting you used to using that as well, and the more you use it, the less times you'll use said, and that will make your writing even better. Okay, so that's your second task for today, to write a conversation between Charlie and Grandpa Joe about the Wonka bar having a golden ticket in. Your first task is to find alternative words for said and went. Okay, I hope you all have a super day, and I'm really looking forward to reading your conversations between Charlie and Grandpa Joe. Any help or support that you need, please email myself or Mr. Groker and we will be more than happy to help you. Have a great day. Bye.